Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 27th of March 2021 and the time now is 6:17 a.m. Well, today is a reading session which we will read the book Atomic Habits once again. So before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright, so here we go. Yep, so today we start from line 135, right?
36.
Oh, 36. Oh, I'm sorry. 136. Okay.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah,
I
so
start
you want to...
first.
Yeah,
Mm.
okay.
Okay. 1% better every day. 1% worse every day for 1 year will become 0.03%. 1% better every day for 1 year will become uh 37.78 times. Figure 1. The effect of small habits compound over time. For example, if you can get just 1% better each day, you end up with results that are nearly 33 times better after 1 year. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. The same way that money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them. They seems to make little difference on any given day, and yet the impact they deliver over the months and years can be enormous. This is only when looking back 2, 5, or perhaps 10 years later than the value of good habits, the cost of bad ones becomes striking apparent.
Yeah, the second last, strikingly.
Oh yeah, striking.
Yeah, there is a ly behind. Strikingly. Okay. This can be a difficult concept to appreciate in daily life. We often dismiss small changes because they don't seem to matter very much in the moment. If you save a little money now, you are still not a millionaire. If you go to the gym 3 days in a row, you're still out of shape. If you study Mandarin for an hour tonight, you still haven't learned the language. We make a few changes, but the results never seem to come quickly, and so we slide back into our previous routines.
Unfortunately, the slow pace of transformations also makes it easy to let a bad habit slide. If you eat an unhealthy meal today, the scales doesn't move much. If you work late tonight and ignore your family, they will forgive you. If you procrastinate and put your project off until tomorrow, there will usually be time to finish it later. A single decision is easy to dismiss.
But when we repeat 1% errors day after day by replicating poor decision, duplicating tiny mistakes, and rationalizing little excuses, our small choices compound into toxic results. It's the accumulations of many missteps, a 1% decline here and there, that eventually leads to a problem.
The first line,
Mm.
the replicating.
Yeah,
You pronounce it replicating.
yeah, okay, so it's replicating. Yeah, okay, replicating.
The impact created by a change in your habits is similar to the effect of shifting the route of an airplane by just a few degrees. Imagine you are flying from Los Angeles to New York City. If a pilot leaving from LAX adjusted from LAX adjust the heading just 3.5 degrees, so you will land in Washington, D.C. instead of New York. Such a small change is very noticeable at takeoff. The nose of the airplane moves just a few feet, but when magnified across the entire United States, you end up hundreds of miles apart.
Okay, third line, south.
South. Okay.
Similarly, a slight change in your daily habits can guide your life to a very different destination. Making a choice that is 1% better or 1% worse seems insignificant in the moment. But over the span of moments that make up a lifetime, these choices determine the difference between who you are and who you could be. Success is the product of daily habits, not once in a lifetime transformation.
That said, it doesn't matter how successful or unsuccessful you are right now. What matters is whether your habits are putting you on the path towards success. You should be far more concerned with your current trajectory than with your current results. If you are a millionaire, but when you spend more than you earn each month, then you are on a bad trajectory. If your spending habit doesn't change, it's not going to end well. Conversely, if you are broke but you save a little bit every month, then you are on the path toward financial freedoms, even if you are moving slower than you'd like.
Your outcomes are a lagging measure of your habits. Your net worth is a lagging measure of your financial habits. Your weight is a lagging measure of your eating habits. Your knowledge is a lagging measure of your learning habits. Your clutter is a lagging measure of your cleaning habits. You get what you repeat.
If you want to predict where you'll end up in life, all you have to do is follow the curve of tiny gains or tiny losses and see how your daily choices will compound 10 or 20 years down the line. Are you spending less than you earn each month? Are you making it into the gym each week? Are you reading books and learning something new each day? Tiny battles like these are the ones that will define your future self.
Yeah, last second words, future.
Oh yeah, future.
Time magnifies the margin between success and failure. It will multiply whatever you feed it. Good habits make time your ally. Bad habits make time your enemy. Yeah, the word I pronounce is not really correct. Is ally, ally,
Ally.
ally. Okay.
Habits are a double-edged sword. Bad habits can cut you down just as easily as good habits can build you up, which is why understanding the details is crucial. You need to know how habits work and how to design them to your liking so you can avoid the dangerous half of the blade.
Yeah, just to make sure, the first line, double-edged swords, swords.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's like we ignore
ignore the
the
W.
yeah W
So,
swords.
okay.
Your habits can compound for you or against you. Positive compounding. Productivity compounds. Accomplishing one extra task is a small feat on any given day, but it counts for a lot over an entire career. The effect of automating an old task or mastering a new skill can be even greater. The more tasks you can handle without thinking, the more your brain is free to focus on other areas.
Knowledge compounds. Learning one new idea won't make you a genius, but a commitment to lifelong learning can be transformative. Furthermore, each book you read not only teaches you something new, but also opens up different ways of thinking about the old ideas. As Warren Buffett says, that's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest.
Relationships compound. People reflect your behavior back to you. The more you help others, the more others want to help you. Being a little bit nicer in each interaction can result in a network of broad and strong connections over time.
Negative compounding. Stress compounds. The, frust- the, frustra- the frustrations of a traffic jams, the weight of parent the, the, the weight of parenting responsibilities, the worry of making ends meet, the strength of slightly high blood pressure. By themselves, these common causes of stress are manageable, but when they persist for years, little stresses compound into serious health issues.
Yeah, second line, last uh, last two words. The this is pressure, pressure. Yeah, and we have another
Ash.
word, which is the pleasure. For that word, it is pronounced like jer, but for here is sure.
Mm.
Yeah, pleasure. Negative thoughts compound. The more you think of yourself as worthless, stupid, or ugly, the more you condition yourself to interpret life that way. You get trapped in a thought loop. The same is true for how you think about others. Once you fall into the habit of seeing people as angry, unjust, or selfish. You see those kind of people everywhere.
Outrage, compounds, riots, protests, and mass movements are rarely the result of a single event. Instead, a long series of microaggregations and daily aggravations slowly multiplies until one event tips the scales of outrage, spreads like wildfire.
Yeah, first line, first word, outrage. Outrage.
Outrage.
Yeah. What progress is really like. Imagine that you have an ice cube sitting on the table in front of you. The room is cold and you can see your breath. It is currently 25 degrees. Ever so slowly, the room begins to heat up. 26 degrees, 27, 28. The ice cube is still sitting on the table in front of you. 29 degrees, 30, 31. Still, nothing has happened.
Then, 32 degrees, the ice begins to melt. A 1 degree shift, seemingly no different from the temperature's increases before it, has unlocked a huge change.
Breakthrough. Yeah.
Ah,
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. I read this part. Breakthrough moments are often the result of many previous actions, which build up the potential required to unleash a major change. This pattern shows up everywhere. Cancer spends 80% of its life undetectable, then takes over the body in months. Bamboo can barely be seen for the first 5 years as it builds extensive root system underground before exploding 90 feet into the air within 6 weeks.
uh, is it pronounced bamboo or bamboo?
Let me see. Bamboo.
Ah, dan,
Um, yeah, it is like but I think it is not bamboo.
dan. Okay.
Maybe it's bamboo. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe we can put a mark here and then later we go and confirm by our own.
Mm.
Yeah, so I put it pink color.
If you put pink color, it is similar to the orange color.
Oh, okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So how about uh, a red like this?
Okay.
Okay.
Similarly, habits often appear to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold and unlock a new level of performance. In the early and middle stages of any quest, there is often a valley of disappointment. You expect to make progress in a linear fashion and it's frustrating how ineffective changes can seem during the first days, weeks, and even months. It doesn't feel like you are going anywhere. This is a hallmark of any compounding process. The most powerful outcomes are delayed.
This is one of the core reasons why it is so hard to build habits that last. People make a few small changes, fail to see a tangible result, and decide to stop. You think, I've been running every day for a month, so why can't I see any change in my body? Once this kind of thinking takes over, it's easy to let good habits fall by the wayside. But in order to make a meaningful difference, habits need to persist long enough to break through this plateau, what I call the plateau of latent potential.
If you find yourself struggle, if you find yourself struggling to build a good habit or break a bad one, this is not because you have lost your ability to improve. This is often because you have not yet crossed the plateau of latent potential. Complaining about not achieving success despite working hard is like complaining about an ice cube not melting when you heat up it from 25 to 31 degrees. Your work was not wasted, it is just being stored. All the action happens at 32 degrees.
First line, the fifth one is struggling. So,
Struggling.
the second syllable, struggling. It's not struggling, struggling. When you finally break through the plateau of latent potential, people will call it an overnight success. The outside world only sees the most dramatic event rather than all that preceded it. But you know that it's the work you did long ago, when it seemed that you weren't making any progress. That makes the jump today possible.
This is the human equivalence of, geolo- of geological pressure. Two tectonic plates can grind against one another for millions of years. The tensions slowly building at building all the while. Then one day they rub each other's once again in the same fashion they have for ages. But this time the tensions is too great. An earthquake erupt. Change can take years before it happens at all at once.
Yeah, the first line, equivalent,
Equi-
equivalent.
equivalent.
Yeah, and then also uh, grind,
Oh, right.
and yeah, that's it. Mastery requires patience. The San Antonio Spurs, one of the most successful teams in NBA history, have a quote from social reformer Jacob Riis. hanging in their locker room. Where nothing seems to help, I go and look at the stone cutter hammering away his rock, perhaps 100 times without as much as crack showing in it. Yet, uh, yet at the 101st blow it will split into two, and I know it was not that last blow that did it, but all that had gone before.
The plateau of latent potential. Figure 2. We often expect progress to be linear. At the very least, we hope it will come quickly. In reality, the results of our efforts are often delayed. This is not until months or years later that we realize that true value of the previous work we have done. This can result in a valley of disappointment where people feel discouraged after putting in weeks or months of hard work without without experiencing any results. However, this work was not wasted. It was simply being stored. It is not until much later that the full value of previous efforts is revealed. Is
Yeah,
revealed.
yeah, Eric.
revealed. Hmm?
Yeah, because we haven't checked the words here, right? From
Mm.
line 178.
Yeah,
So, um, shall we stop here? What
yeah,
do you think?
yeah. We can stop here.
Hmm.
Mm. Do you want to make a summary?
Yeah, okay. Yep, so for the part that we read today, I think they are still the author is still giving a lot of examples and trying to tell us the concept of compounding, and then also not only the negative side, it can accumulate and become a lot one day, and also it can go the negative side if we uh, do something bad, even 1% every day, then the result also can be enormous. And then yeah, also he talked about a word trajectory. It is something like a direction to a place. And then I also remember that it say the time will magnifies our result. Yeah, so
Mm.
it's like looking from uh 10 years after or 20
Mm.
years after. So what is our direction? So the direction is very important, re regardless of whether we are success or not success at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah, and then also one thing I remember is the word which is quite hard to pronounce is plateau. Plateau. Plateau is something like uh, you need to work hard to get a breakthrough uh, for this plateau. So it is like you have been working hard maybe for quite a long time. Yeah, but the result still not very obvious unless you can uh, overtake, you can break through the plateau so that you can see the it is called overnight success in this book. Yeah,
Mm.
so for here I think the author want to highlight the importance of patience and
Mm.
determination.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And just
that's
now,
all for my summary.
and just now you talk about the trajectory and the direction.
Mm.
Mm. And in this book, in my opinion, one of the key point to make us patient, the best example is the ice cube. Yeah, the
Mm.
ice cube melting. And
Yeah.
and the author give a lot of example to explain one thing. Yeah, to explain one thing, which is the outcome is a lagging measure of
Mm.
the action.
Yeah.
And one of the example is the ice cube melting. The ice will start melting. Will start melting at uh 35 degrees yeah, yeah, forget already. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's not the point. Yeah.
and before that the energy is not wasted. Yeah, it's
Mm.
just being stored. Yeah. So you can imagine uh we we are hardworking. Yeah, we work hard, we study hard,
Mm.
and we still cannot see the result. Or we go to the gym uh, every week uh, in 3 row. Yeah, so we still can't see um, our body shape become better. We are still out of shape.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So all the energy we have worked is not wasted. It's just being stored. Mm. Yeah. So I think this is the one of the most motivations caught to me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. And also, yeah, also, yeah, and also they mentioned about the plateau of latent potential. So
Mm.
there's a graph. And I share this graph to you before. Yeah. And if you want to see the graph, you can refer to the book. Yeah, to the
Oh,
ebook.
okay.
They'll have the figure. Mm,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so that's all.
Yeah, so next time we start from 179, is it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Or 180 if you want.
Yeah, never mind. We start at 100 179.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocab or grammar mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.